Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to Civic Education class. We are going to continue from where we stopped last week. My name is Olusola OO. So we started by looking at the concept of values, and we defined value. I would say value is the standard that defines people's behavior or the attitude of people or the belief of people or the action and attitudinal character that people display in the society is as a result of their perception of values. So we discussed this. Then we also look at the elements of value that we may mention that one of the elements of value is that a man or a fellow that has the understanding of value does not tell lie, does not steal, does not cheat others, and so on and so forth. We discussed all this in our last class. Then we also mention types of value. We mention what we call honesty, that honesty is one of the types of value that we ought to pay close attention to. And we discuss everything we need to know about honesty, which simply means to be trustworthy. That is a synonym of honesty, to be trustworthy, that people or other fellows in the society where we live should be able to trust us or commit their resources into our very hand. And I also may mention that the world today is looking for an honest people. The world today is looking for an honest people, particularly people who have made it to the apex of their destiny, are looking forward to see people that they can commit their resources into their hands, that they will have trust on. And that can only be achieved when we have the tenet of being honest. So we discussed this in our previous class. Then this afternoon, we want to look at the second type of values, which is called cooperation. So cooperation is what we'll be dwelling at this afternoon. Cooperation. So it's number 2 concept that will be intimidating you with this afternoon. I want to talk of cooperation. Cooperation simply means having a common understanding. Cooperation simply means having the same type of belief, having the same type of unification, having the same type of understanding. And it is when these things are in place that the number of people who come together to form an association working towards particular goal can actually attain that which they have proposed in the agenda, or that which they have stipulated in their blueprint, and so on and so forth. So cooperation means working with other people to achieve common purpose. Underline the phrase common purpose means having commonality in nature, commonality in nature, that is common belief, common thought pattern, common concepts, common ideas, common philosophy, then working together harmoniously in order to achieve the set purpose or target that they have come together to work towards for, or cherish towards for, and so on and so forth. That is cooperation. So cooperation is very important. Now let me quickly remind us that no man can survive on its own or alone in this mundane without interacting with other people, or without interacting with other fellows in the society. And that is the need, that is the sine qua non for us to cooperate with people. So we cannot underscore the importance of cooperation in our society. One, cooperation in our individuality, that is, it is applicable to our private life. Cooperation in our residence, where we live, neighbors, people within our community. Cooperation in the place of work, where we carry out our vocation. We ought to meet people in these various places, even in the church, in the mosque, in the market, and so on and so forth. In the larger society, we are bound to meet people. And since this aphorism of mine is correct, then cooperation is sine qua non. So we cannot underestimate the importance of cooperation in human functionings. So cooperation is very important. So for a particular family to get to their place of destiny in life, there is need for absolute cooperation. For the father to cooperate with the mother, and for the mother to understand the plan of the father, the children to understand the plan of both parents, what the plan of the project of parents just toward their life, their career, their future is all about, and so on and so forth. Then this knowledge is also applicable to the society at large. So cooperation is very important in our world, in human functionings. So people are ready and willing to work together to achieve a common goal only if there is cooperation. That is the condition for achieving a common goal, irrespective of the level of their willingness, irrespective of the level of their readiness. If there is no cooperation, their purpose, their coming together will be defeated, will be dashed in their own very eyes if there is absence of cooperation. So cooperation is very important. We cooperate with our teachers in schools too. In psychology of learning, there is this thing we call readiness. And the knowledge of psychologists, when we talk about readiness, means having a common understanding with your learner. So if the student you want to teach is not ready to cooperate with you, there is nothing you will teach us a learner or student that he or she will comprehend. It is not possible. Even when TB Joshua is on the ground or lean, praying, understanding will not emanate. So cooperation is very important in our life, days in, days out. What we do every day, we need cooperation. For we to get to the peak of our career in life, we need to cooperate with people we meet every day of our lives, and so on and so forth. Then let's quickly look at types of cooperation. We have what we call internal cooperation. As the phrase suggests, internal. Now, when we talk of internal, or when something is internal, it means it is within. Permit me to use this word, local, or environ. That is within. It is not far. Internal. So it could be a family setting. Internal. So for family, as I said earlier, for family to get to their place in destiny, there is a need for them to have this internal cooperation. For children of that particular family also to get to where their parents want them to get to in life, there's a need for them to cooperate with their parents. Cooperation. Then internal cooperation could also be viewed within community. Maybe one area having cooperation, then it is when that community have cooperation that they will be able to fight some social vices that can trouble their community or that can slow down the pace of development in their environment. Cooperation. I remember some years ago in Niger State where some armed robbers usually come and harass people at midnight. Then the society look at it that if we fold our hand, these people will come and take things that we have neighbor for. Then the community cooperate together, they unite together and form a vigilante of their own, and that's how they were able to live. That is cooperation. So cooperation can allow us to achieve something that is vast in nature. Set goal. Cooperation could be in form of economy. When we talk of economy, in sense of economy means that the little resources I have, the little resources you have, the little resources specific have, we can merge it together in order to make more resources available. Social, it could be in form of social. That is, let us live in peace and harmony. That's the illustration I gave you. It could be in form of political. Who is going to represent our interest in this community or in this world or in this constituency? It is all about cooperation. So cooperation can actually make them to get the best for themselves. That is what we mean by internal cooperation. Then the second type is what we call bilateral cooperation. The word bilateral metamorphosed from a Latin word. Bi means pluralism. Pluralism means two. So bilateral cooperation means a kind of cooperation that takes place between two persons or two neighbors or neighboring states or neighboring country or country, particularly two countries that come together in order to foster maybe their sense of economy, their sense of social, their sense of political or social development. But what we want you to know and what I want you to take home under bilateral cooperation is that it involves two parties. It involves two parties. So two countries can come together and cooperate together, and so on and so forth. So economic cooperation can only be achieved. Political cooperation can only be achieved. Social cooperation can only be achieved when the two parties involved have good understanding and they are ready to follow the terms of the agreement. Because when two parties come together, there's usually a written agreement that could be in form of legality. The legality of what they want to attain, and so on and so forth. Multilateral cooperation. The word multilateral is an English word, but the Englishman coined out this word from old French word multi, which means many. So multilateral cooperation means many parties are involved in this condition or in this situation. So many people are involved, particularly many countries. Example or typical example I can give you on multilateral cooperation in the world is the UN, formerly known as UNO, United Nations Organization, now known as UN, United Nations. The 185 countries of the world, sovereignty countries of the world today, are members of UN. And because they are members of this organization, then there is cooperation among them. And they are bound to follow the binding agreements. I think Nigeria happened to be the 99th member of UN. Nigeria was the 99th member of UN. So parties that are involved in multilateral cooperation are signatory to it, and they have to have this understanding that bind them together. And the primary essence of this multilateral cooperation is to promote the economic activities of country or members. Is to promote the social welfareism of members countries or states. Is to promote the political development of countries of the world. As a matter of fact, the UN has been able to put an end to Third World War. If not because of the cooperation and the agreement that countries of the world have signed to as a result of the Second World War, maybe by now we'll have a record of Third World War or even Fourth World War in our world today. So cooperation is very important to human existence. Now let's quickly look at the attributes of cooperation. That is the elements, the properties, the characteristics, that is things that we can see when we talk of cooperation, things that are likely to happen, that can be achievable, attainable under the concept of cooperation, sharing of ideas, views, or opinions. So I can only share my thought with you when we are in agreement, when we have good understanding. When you cooperate with me, I cooperate with you. You share your ideas with me, I share my ideas with you, and we move forward economically, socially, and so on and so forth. Caring for one another. You care for me, I care for you. Supporting one another. You support me in time of need, I support you in time of need. In time of want, you support me, I support you also. You scratch my back, I scratch your back. Supporting one idea. Then pulling resources together, that is, have this economic understanding that human want is unlimited. So no matter the level of financial breakthrough an individual might have attained in life, that financial ability is not enough to satisfy the need or the wants or all the desires of that fellow. He or she still need other things, and for him or she to satisfy these other needs, there's a need for cooperation. There's a need for he or she to cooperate with other people that have those things or those resources at their disposal that he or she lacks. Pulling resources together, and by the time If countries of the world put their resources together, then there will be what? Economic breakthrough. Let me give us this illustration. In Nigeria, we don't produce car, but we're enjoying the service of car. Why? This happened because of cooperation, cooperating with countries that produce car, having relationship with countries that produce car. So we enjoy the service of car today in our country. As a matter of fact, good numbers of technological devices that we enjoy today in our country, we enjoy them just because we have access to them. And what enables us to have access to them is a result of cooperation or relationship that we have with countries that produce these things or these gadgets. Helping one another, you can see. You can only help somebody that you have understanding with. Particularly in this modern day, that to trust people or to help people is very minute because of life experience. So cooperation allows assistance to come in place. Because of now, let us quickly look at factors that promote cooperation. Desire to achieve common goal. That is something that can help us to come together and cooperate. Just like the first illustration I gave you about armed robbers disturbing particular street in Niger State, and the people say, oh yeah, okay, let us do this, let us form vigilante among ourselves. So when it is time, or when you have a strange noise, just blow a whistle, and all of us will come together, and so on and so forth. It's because there is a need for them to achieve a particular goal. Then they unite, they cooperate, they harmonize their ideas, their thoughts. Need for harmony and peace. You see now? So, for one to live in peace in the family or within the family circle, in the society, at states, within the local government, at national level, at international level, there is need for cooperation. Desire to have a sense of belonging. Yeah. Oh, yes, I'm a member of this place. I'm a member of this state. I'm a member of this local government. There's a need to cooperate. That, oh, the state is doing something. Okay, yes, state, I'm also here. Okay, this is my contribution. Oh, state, yes, I have an idea. If we do it this way, we are going to get a result of this nature. Oh, and so on and so forth. Sense of belonging. That, oh, okay, that man that gave us one idea that day, oh, let us visit him. Cooperation is taking place. And peace is also taking place. And before you know, unity will take charge. Peace will now reign. The need for self-fulfillment, I've told us, no man can survive on his own. In one of my thoughts, I said that the only thing I owe people in life is help. I don't owe any human being or that thing than help. So for somebody to be fulfilled, that fellow need help in one way or the other. It could be economic help, it could be social help, it could be political help, it could be advice. I remember when I was in Polytechnic, in Peculiar Polytechnic, Togo, I almost quit my program until I visited a psychologist in the school who said, oh, okay, since you are passing through this thing and they are calling you from home, and for you to go from here to Nigeria and look at, so why don't you? And the man gave me advice, which is help, and that advice or that help today kept me, and I will never forget that help. So for we to fulfill our destiny, our purpose in life, we need cooperation. We need other people. That is the meaning. Dangote would not be in the position he is today if other people have not come to play in his life or in his career. So we need people to come and play one role or the other in our lives. And that can only happen when there is understanding, relationship, cooperation. Understanding one another is very important too. So understanding promote cooperation. Oh, my friend, I have this idea. Oh, then and since you are doing this, me I'm doing this. Then you teach. Okay, you teach me your own. I teach you my own. Understanding, cooperation takes place. Before you know, the other one we have the other person's knowledge. The other ones we have also have the other person's knowledge, and life continue and life move on. So life must move on only on the ground of cooperation. Let us look at the last topic I have for us this afternoon. Benefit of cooperation. Encouraging people to live together in harmony. So it is we can only live in peace, in harmony, in unity, in orderliness when we cooperate. The BB of the world, big book, also encourage us to do what? To live in harmony. And harmony can only be achieved when we cooperate, when we're in relationship. Helping individuals and groups to achieve progress in different areas of lives. That is what cooperation can help us to achieve. Making it easier for people and groups to achieve their goals. Cooperation can make it work out. Cooperation can make people to achieve their goals in life. Encouraging peaceful coexistence among individuals and groups. I've said it earlier on that we must coexist in this world. No man is an island. We must coexist. Coadjutor. We must. And that can only be attained on the ground that there is cooperation. Promoting mutual assistance among members of the same community. Not even only the same community. In the universe as a whole or in the model that we live in. It can only happen. So cooperation is very important. So this is where I'll be drawing the curtain off. Do you have any question? So if there is no question, I have this assignment for us. State any 5 consequences of lack of cooperation. 5 consequences of lack of cooperation. I think by the time you do this assignment, it will widen your horizon and remove the speck in your eyes to see that there's a need for you to cooperate in your society with people, for you to cooperate with your family members, for you to cooperate with your friends in school, at home, in place of work, and so on and so forth. So thank you and God bless you. So if you are watching this lecture via our YouTube channel, I want to encourage you to continue to subscribe and encourage others to join us